Hey guys, it's RivaThames and we're back with another Testing the Battlefront series. I just want to thank you all for the support on these recently. They've been doing a lot better and you guys seem to be really enjoying all of the tests put in. So be sure to leave all your comments and I'll always go through them and check them out to hopefully feature you guys in the next one. In today's, we're looking at more of the Mythbusters side of things again. We're looking at damage between abilities, we're looking at effectiveness of the hero abilities, different star cards, and just overall some gameplay tips to hopefully make you guys more aware of what you're actually getting yourself into. So first up, does the jump strikes of any lightsaber hero do more damage than a normal strike? And the reason behind this question is that if you jump and then strike a lightsaber in the air, you actually build up almost like twice, maybe 3 times as much stamina than if you was to do it on the floor. And this then asks the question, does that mean it does more damage? Since if your stamina builds up quicker, you must be doing more damage. So we tried this out and this is something that you want to be using with Yoda. Yoda's attack animations can be really lengthy sometimes, so if you just jump and strike with your lightsaber, then it's completely fine. But as for the damage values, no, they don't have any kind of increase. It does the same damage as a normal lightsaber hit from the ground, which is a bit odd since you gain so much stamina from being in the air. Kind of puts a downer on playing as Yoda, but it's just one of those things. I guess it's an option if you want to do that, but no, it doesn't give you any extra damage. But overall, it's something that you guys might want to keep in mind. But you do gain a lot of stamina for doing this. Maybe 4 strikes of your lightsaber in the air and it's depleted. So be careful when you use this and maybe think about when you're doing it. Can you reveal a stealth ability? Now what I mean by this is Rey has insight, Boba Fett has for the hunt. These abilities kind of reveal your enemy locations basically. You can see them through walls and they'll have some outline. But what if you was revealing someone who maybe had infiltration, where they would disappear from the enemy radar and from scanners? And I think this would be really interesting if that was a feature. But at the same time, it would make the ability of the hero useless. So this isn't a feature. You can see all through stealth abilities. You can see through Finn's pistol ability because he gets taken off the radar as well, but Boba Fett and Rey can still reveal those using stealth star cards or abilities. And I think this is the perfect implementation because, like I said, it would make the hero abilities completely, basically half what they should have been. You can have a team all using specialists, you know, it can just be really frustrating to not being able to see any of them basically. So you can still see through those stealth abilities. Now how can you cancel Busks' animation for activating his grenade launcher? And you can you know, just cancel it straight away just by pressing the same. But I think what you mean by this is how do you skip him like doing some kind of funky dance before he activates it. And I've tried out a few things and unfortunately I can't seem to get a way around this. The only one I found that would be somewhat good is you can melee and activate it at the same time. Doing this will give you potentially some melee damage if someone's near to you while you're activating it. But the melee itself is still the same amount of length as Busks doing his funky dance. So there isn't an exact way to skip this animation. But you can do the melee, which is basically the same, just with the possibility of dealing some damage. So keep that in mind. It's not the biggest deal, but you should probably try it if you could. And there's been some rumors going around apparently that the barrage does go through the officer's diffuser. And I can see why this is a rumor. I can see why it would be true, because the barrage is basically Busks' grenade launcher. And like we saw in last week, Busks' grenade launch does go through the diffuser. It will damage the officer through it. So I tried it out with the heavy class and unfortunately the barrage does hit the officer through it. You can see that it kind of starts to diffuse it, and then it keeps bouncing, and then it eventually explodes on the officer. And this has got to be a bug for me. I mean, surely that can't be happening. It's an explosive, it should be getting diffused inside that area. So that's really unfortunate, something that DICE probably missed when creating the diffuser and the barrage. But unfortunately, it's not the biggest priority right now. There's bigger priorities that need doing first. So unfortunately it doesn't really work, so you might take some explosive damage through your diffuser. So don't be too confused if that does happen to you. Now, does the dash from Darth Maul, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, you know, do they do extra damage from behind? Now, in my damage value video, I talked about how if you strike from behind, you will do extra 20 damage to that hero. And it was a good thing to keep in mind for heroes versus villains, as you can kind of do a stealth attack and you'll be doing extra damage. But the dashes don't do extra damage. They will do the same forwards, to the side and to the back. So, you know, just dash wherever you want, I guess. You don't need to worry about dashing someone from behind. It's not going to do you any favors. Maybe you can strike from behind a few times, then you can dash forward and dash back. I usually just use the dash to get out of the way, or maybe just pass on by. But no, it doesn't work, which is, I think it's fine. It's not the biggest deal. As long as you can do the melee strikes from behind, I think is a good thing to know. Next, we're going to look at another one from the officer's diffuser, which is, can you diffuse a Dioxis grenade from Busks and the acid launcher from the assault class? And to my surprise, yeah, you can. I completely didn't expect this, since it's gas, and you know, it diffuses the gas before it even becomes gas. Like when you throw it out, it is a grenade, so it diffuses the grenade before the gas can even be released. And I think this is really cool. You know, gas and Dioxis is one of the many things that will keep you away from an extraction point or some kind of objective, because it can really damage your health and make you panic. So having the diffuser on will take out all kinds of those toxins, which I think is really cool to keep in mind. Unfortunately, you can't get past the barrage, but as long as you can get past the gas, I think that's more important. Next, we're going to look at the range of the Flame Trooper. How close or how far do you need to be to actually start dealing damage to someone? So I'm just going to quickly go over this in video Ansel and show you like a basic range. You guys probably know all of the maps by now, so you should probably guess and easily recognize the distance between where it starts to hit someone. And finally, the Vanguard versus a hero. Now, I think we've all experienced being 2 or 3 shot by a Vanguard and just completely smashing your desk. But I said I couldn't do damage values in arcades because it doesn't have the rights, it doesn't apply to multiplayer basically. And if you don't believe me on that, go try it for yourself, because it is true. Once you get below half your health, all of your damage is reduced. Don't believe me, go try it. But this is different with the Vanguard, because on your first hit you will do the damage that is seen in multiplayer. So for this test, I can't 100% confirm that the numbers are correct, but it's what you can expect to do from one hit. So these are the damage values. Try not to cry so much. So that's it for the video, and the last testing the Battlefront for maybe a week, because I am going on holiday. Like I said, all of these videos you're seeing right now, I am currently on holiday. These are the ones that I've made the week before. So there's not going to be any videos next week. I'm just going to be out and relaxing on holiday. So I'll be back in a week's time from now, and I'll be back making videos. But just keep in mind that if you're for some reason wondering where I am, just know that I'm good, I'm chilling, and the videos will come back in a week's time. So thank you all for watching, thank you all for the support, and I'll see you in a week's time. It's been Riva.